Counter Attack podcast with myself, Daps. Guys, keep liking, subscribing, sharing, all of that good stuff. I didn't record last week because I was away. I know a load of people hit me up saying I didn't record because I'm running from Arsenal losing against City, and no, that weren't the reason at all. I was literally just away in New York having a great time. So yeah, so you lot that got at me saying I was hiding, never. We record regardless, and but yeah, we're gonna get into it. So I'm recording this on, I don't even know what day it is today anymore. Tuesday night? Is it Tuesday today? Yeah, Tuesday today, and just seen Liverpool, man. Do you know what? Before I get into that, guys, please engage and comment on the video. Even if it's a comment to tell me how rubbish I look, engage, or on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Just let's get the engagement going on. Those of you who comment all the time, big you up every time. I'm in the comments as well, so just let me know what you think about the video, and we're gonna go. But yeah, man, Liverpool. Listen, what I've just witnessed from Liverpool is, I think it just kind of puts not the cherry on top in regards to everything that they've been dealing with, but I think for a load of people, yes, Liverpool have been struggling in the league, but for a load of people, it's like when it really matters, couple players back, big game, you know, they'll show the real Liverpool. They'll show the Liverpool that we've come to, you know, be accustomed to over the last couple seasons and whatnot. And even if they lost, it wasn't going to be like a massive loss like we witnessed today. So what we've seen, I think it just really goes to show where Liverpool are at. And I don't even know where to start with this one, to be totally honest. Because even when they were 2-0 up, obviously they lost 5-2 for those who didn't watch it. But even when they were 2-0 up, what's different with this Liverpool team is that over the course of the season, we've seen that there's always a way back. This team is a team that will give you chances. And before, Liverpool never used to do that. And, you know, you know that once they're ahead, it's just going to be relentless. And the pressure from the front is still going to be there. They're just going to keep attacking, keep putting goals away, but they're not going to give you a sniff. Whereas little things were happening, you know. So let's go through the goals quickly. Nunes goal, a quick counter attack that I didn't really see coming, but Liverpool did start the game well, to be fair. The second goal, Courtois having a mare. Courtois having a mare and Salah just taking advantage of it. But outside of that, Madrid were in the game. Madrid were controlling possession, and they remained calm. And, you know, out of nowhere, Vinicius' first goal, stupid. I don't think people recognise or realise how hard that finish was. And once he got in that position, it just goes to show how confident he is and the quality that he's got to just wrap it round Alisson. Proper finish. Obviously, his second goal was a mistake, but it's pretty straightforward. But from there, I think the one thing I noticed, and I think I heard someone, I don't know if someone said it in commentary or anything, but the one thing I noticed was when the goal went in, even the first goal, Anfield kind of just went, the energy just got sapped out of the crowd. And I'm not used to hearing that at Anfield. At Anfield, you know that even if they go down, the crowd are just going to go, keep going. And especially after the second goal, it was literally just dead. As if there's an air of, we're going to lose this game. There's an air of, you know, we come to support, but we've been seeing this all season and we know where this is going to go. And you had that feeling, and coming in that second half, just the way that Madrid came out, you could see that before they kicked off, they were calm. And I don't know how they do it. I don't know how Madrid keep doing this. They always look like they're out of a game, and then out of nowhere, they just turn the game on its head. We saw it last season, all season long, when they were in the Champions League. They'll be down and out in games and losing and whatnot, and they just managed to just stay in the game and turn it around. And I don't know, I can't lie to you, even at 2-0 down, I didn't expect it to be how it ended up being, you know. Yeah, you know, Vinicius was giving their defenders a torrid time. Gomez had a bad day, but I feel sorry for Gomez because I feel like he's not getting the help that he needs, or he wasn't getting the help that he needed in regards to his backup partner. And I'm going to talk about Van Dijk in a bit. In fact, no, I'm going to talk about Van Dijk now. I'm a massive fan of Van Dijk. Anyone that's been listening to this podcast knows that Van Dijk for me is one of the best defenders of, you know, the last 5-10 years. Like, he's one of the best. And I'm trying to put this in a way. You know, let me just be real. Van Dijk as a player, anyone knows I like him, but I think real questions have to be asked of him now. Not in regards to is he still good, because I genuinely believe that he's still good and he's still got what he takes, and I'm not even gonna jump on the bandwagon and say he's finished, because he's far from finished. But I think you definitely need to ask questions, and I think Van Dijk is just, he plays within himself now. I can't explain it. Before, he used to stroll through games with quality, and you know, that old like Rio kind of swagger where he doesn't really need to come out of second gear. Whereas now, when he does need to come out of second gear, he doesn't. He plays within himself. And I think it's, for me personally anyway, I don't know anything. I think that injury that he had, the one he got against Everton, ever since he's come back, he's been playing that way, where he plays within himself. And he plays as if he doesn't want to get hurt. He doesn't want to overdo it. And it's getting to the point now where it's putting other, you know, teammates like today, Gomez. I think Gomez needed his help a bit more today. I think when you're going through times like Liverpool are going through today, you need like Liverpool are going through now, you need your characters like Van Dijk to come and step up. But he himself is struggling, and I don't know how they fix it. I don't know if it's just a timing thing, and you know, eventually it's going to come back around. But you definitely need to ask questions in regards to Van Dijk right now and his form and what we're seeing from him. We're not seeing the best version of Van Dijk. We haven't seen it for a while. Again, I'm not going to come out and say that he's finished, because he's absolutely not finished. He's still one of the best defenders in the league, still top 3 for me. And, you know, all these people saying he's finished, I saw someone saying he needs to go to the MLS. He doesn't need to go to the MLS. He definitely needs to sort out what we're seeing from him. But for me, I just feel like he's playing within himself. But yeah, with that being said, Gomez, you know, had a bad day, especially of that second half, which culminated in him actually having to get subbed off. And listen, Liverpool need to fix up, man. And, you know, this season is obviously done for them. I don't see them coming back in that second leg. Season's obviously done, but I genuinely do believe that next season they come back strong if they make the necessary signings. If Liverpool can go and make signings in that midfield, because today they're bringing on Milner, they're bringing on, you know, Harvey Elliott, who's young and has got real quality, but they're bringing him on. They're bringing on, I mean, they're starting with Bagchetic, who I like, but today he got taught a lesson in regards to what it is to play with the big boys. And I felt for him because he started well and he's been playing well whilst he's been picked. And I've been saying that I've been really impressed with him. Is it Bagchetic? I don't know how to pronounce it. I've been saying that I've been really impressed with him, and today he got taught a lesson against Real Madrid, and it's not his fault. He's young and he will learn and he'll become a better player for it. But I think he probably went home after the game thinking, that's the level. And you know, but that's not saying anything in regards to his quality, because I like what I've been seeing from him, and you know, for him to be playing as he's playing now, in regards to starting matches and being given that much, you know, trust and starting ahead of certain other confirmed Premier League starters, says a lot about his quality. But you're in there against man like Modric, Luka Modric he's unreal. At 37 years old, when I saw him at the World Cup, I was thinking, do you know what? He's not really going to be playing much longer. Bit part player. And Madrid used him sparingly. And to be honest, I didn't expect to see him from the start today. But I don't know. He just gets better and better. And that moment where he burst away from Bagchetic and put in Vinicius, it just topped what was a really good performance. Like, they couldn't get near him in that midfield, and he's still up and down. And he is what you call a world-class footballer. And I'm not even going to jump into this world-class debate and all of that, because that world-class level is a different level. And players like Modric are in there. And, we need to be careful when we put other people in there, because today they could not, at 37 years old, to be playing in Champions League game and the opposition can't get near you. It just speaks volumes to your quality. And he very rarely puts a pass wrong. He gets stuck in. He's got the quality needed to attack and contribute in both phases, whether that be the defensive phases or attacking the phase. Listen, Modric he's different. He's different. Benzema sat down 3 people. Different. When you get to these levels, it's just a different level. Do you get what I'm saying? You need different levels of quality, and Madrid haven't been playing their greatest in the league, but when it matters in the Champions League, like the biggest club competition, know-how just prevails, and Madrid just have that. So Liverpool are going to struggle in that second leg. I don't see no magical comeback happening. They might win the game, but I don't see no magical comeback where they progress through. And if I'm wrong, if I'm here this time in a couple of weeks and I'm saying, oh my gosh, Liverpool went through, what a game, then I'll hold up my hands. But nah, I can't see it happening. Also, I put out a clip the other day saying that I'm surprised Klopp ain't getting more stick. And that wasn't me saying Klopp should go, because I even said he shouldn't go, if you don't remember. I was just saying that the media take it easy on him. That's literally it. They take it easy on him. But he doesn't need to go. Even after today's result, he doesn't need to go. I think next season they will build, and it all depends on what they're giving him. But it will be the worst decision ever to let Klopp go. I don't even think it should be entertained. The thought of him going should be entertained, because they're just going through their moment, and every club has gone through it over the last couple of seasons, and this is Liverpool's go. I don't think it's going back to the times where, early 2000s and 90s, where Liverpool weren't challenging for the league anymore. I don't think we're going to go back to them days as yet, because they got top manager and they got top players. So, yeah, Madrid taught them a lesson. Modric, different. Benzema, different. Vinicius, different. And fair play to Madrid through to the next round. Right, what else we got here? Oh no, I forgot to mention Camavinga. Camavinga did so well today. Like, he started a bit sloppily, slipping around and giving away a few passes in the beginning, but that position that he played, for someone at that age in a game of that magnitude, to just control things in that midfield as he did, well done to you, man. Well done, Camavinga. What a player he's going to be, man. And people were talking mad about him earlier in the season when Ancelotti was keeping him out of the team, when he subbed him off. Like, they were talking crazy about Camavinga, but the quality that guy's got is stupid and ridiculous. So, fair play to him, man. Just had to big him up quick. Right. Make sure you like, subscribe, all of that, guys. Remember, Premier League, right? So over the weekend, Arsenal played against Aston Villa, and obviously, I'm sure you guys have seen all the breakdowns and all the reactions and stuff like that. But I just want to say that in regards to Arsenal and the league, that win over Aston Villa was massive, and I just think that it just goes to show, even with Man City drawing, that people just need to relax with the title talk, because we're so used to one team running away with it over the last couple of years, whether that be City, whether that be Liverpool, whereas we've really got a title race. We've really got a competitive title race now, which is what it used to be. So, you know, all of this after you drop points against one team and win the next week, like, people are just flip-flapping, but we just need to relax, man, because I genuinely believe it's going to go down to the wire. I genuinely believe that, you know, I don't think City are going to run away with it. I don't think Arsenal are going to run away with it. I think Man City are in a title race, because it's just, 5 points right now between them and top. So all of this title talk, we just need to just take it easy. And what I will say about Arsenal and that game is that if ever my point about Nketiah was proven, it's in the last couple games, because Nketiah has done really, really well. And I'm not even getting onto him. I'm not even getting onto Nketiah at all. But when I said to people that there's certain things that Nketiah just cannot do right now in regards to what Jesus brings, people were getting onto me saying I'm getting onto Nketiah. And I wasn't. But Gabriel Jesus' ability to make something out of nothing against a low block, to occupy two defenders at one time and bring other people into the game, his all-round game is just better than Nketiah's. And it's okay. It's okay to say that without getting onto Nketiah, because Nketiah has done really, really well. I'm not even getting onto him at all, but I think we've really missed Gabriel Jesus. We've really missed that other dynamic, and where Nketiah will probably over the course of the season maybe get you more goals. Probably, that's debatable, whatever. The qualities that Jesus has is needed. And I think when Jesus is in the team, we also see the best version of Martinelli, because since he's been out of the team, he's just dropped off. And he started the season so well, but we've been seeing since he's come back from the World Cup, he's not really been at it. And hopefully his goal would kind of like reignite something and get him back to playing how he needs to play. But Jesus needs to come back into this team. And I'm not saying that to disrespect Nketiah. I'm just saying that because the overall level of the team improves when Jesus is there. And yeah, that's just what I'm saying. So it wasn't me getting onto Nketiah at all. It was just me saying that Jesus is an overall better player and brings more to the team in regards to playing against low blocks and needing to occupy defenders and just raising the overall levels. That's all I was saying, and it's evident. So big up Nketiah, big up Gabriel Jesus. That's what it should be. That's how it should be in a team. You know, when you've got numerous players in one position, like, it should be different players bringing different qualities, and because that's how you're going to win leagues and stuff like that. So yeah, big him up. Also, Jorginho. Listen, I'm going to have to talk about Jorginho, because I'm going to have to talk about. Sorry, just checking the timings. I'm going to have to talk about Jorginho, because the slander that Jorginho got when we brought him in from our own fan base was ridiculous. And the two games he started, so against Man City, played really well. Obviously, the mistakes let us down and whatnot. And against Aston Villa on the weekend, did really, really well. Again, apart from Saka, Jorginho was the best player on the pitch. And I think it just goes to show that people just need to relax and just see how things pan out. Do you get what I'm saying? Because obviously, rightly so, people are supporting him now that he's doing well. But we don't need to always just jump in and he's rubbish, crap signing, because we're all loving Jorginho now. Well, we're not all loving Jorginho, but until he does something crazy, just support the guy, and it just goes to show you just relax and chill, man. Like, just let things play out sometimes. We don't need to always just shoot down and because we didn't get this player or that player, so this player must be rubbish. Nah. We need players like Jorginho in the team, because they've got the experience. We could have gone and got a Caicedo, but Caicedo ain't playing how Jorginho's playing against Aston Villa. I'm just saying that now. I'm just saying that now, man. Very, very, very quickly. But yeah, that's that. Man City. I do believe Man City are going to. I do believe Man City are going to. Not they're going to drop points. This City that everyone's talking about, they're going to rack up points and they're going to run away with it. City have that performance that they like what they showed. Well, they should have won the game, to be fair, because they missed a lot of chances, but they've got that in them. We've seen it over the course of the season. So I don't think that City are just going to go and win, 15 games on the trot. No, I think both teams, even Man United as well, will drop points. And, it's going to go right down to the wire, I truly believe. I think it's going to go down to the last 5 games of the season. And, mid-March, I'll see how it's looking. No, by the end of March, I think we're going to have a truer picture of how things will look. But yeah, it's just going to go down to the wire for me. What else is there? Okay, cool. So interesting. Chelsea, right? Obviously, they lost now against Southampton. Managerless Southampton, and it's bad. It's bad. And then it's got me thinking, yeah, Graham Potter's style of play, yeah, is this just it? Because, and I like Graham Potter, so I'm not even going to get onto him like that, but this is reminding me, and I might be wrong, but Graham Potter at Chelsea is reminding me of Graham Potter at Brighton. Remember when they couldn't put the ball in the back of the net? Do you know what I mean? All this possession and he's got all the players, but just the way he gets his teams playing, putting the ball in the back of the net is a worry. And when you've got the players that he has at his disposal, just to not be even creating chances like you should be, it's a bit worrying. It's a bit worrying. And I know they've come out and they've backed Mourinho and everything, but I mean, not backed, sorry, they backed Potter. I think if he doesn't get a victory in his next 2 games, if they lose any of the next 2 games, I would say, I think they might actually just get rid of him. I truly believe they might get rid of him. And there's been talks of Mourinho coming back, and I just wanted to I don't know how true they are or whatnot, but I honestly believe Mourinho will go back in an instant. He still lives right next to the ground. He's a world-class manager, and with the funds that Todd Bowley has and is ready to just splash, I think they would be a big problem. I think you get the best version of Mourinho at Chelsea. So if that was to happen, it would be interesting for him to go back a 3rd time and see how it goes. So yeah, and it's interesting as well. I saw a reporter talking to Graham Potter or asking Graham Potter about his demeanour and if he ever gets angry, because it would be nice to see him just get angry and whatnot. And it's crazy that a calm manager is being, like Graham Potter is being, he's under more scrutiny because he's a calm manager. He's being questioned about being so calm and if he should just get angry, where he's having to answer back and say, "Oh, I do get angry." It's mad. But then in the same breath, those same reporters would say Arteta is doing too much and getting onto Arteta. So what is it that you want to see? How about you just leave managers to just be who they are? Graham Potter has never been a screamer and a shouter. Do you get what I'm saying? He's calm. He probably says what he needs to do in the changing room and come out. They'll never say the same thing to Ancelotti. Ancelotti doesn't. Don Carlo does not move away from his vibe. That's it. No one questions him. But you want to question Potter. You want to question Arteta. So media, just decide what you want to see and just keep it moving. How about that? So yeah, Manchester United. Let me quickly talk about them, because if I'm not going to talk about them too, I'm going to talk about Rashford. Rashford right now is in the form of his life. I think they said he's scored in 15 in the last 17 games he scored in. Form of his life. And I'm with it. But can we please stop with the whole Rashford's the best in the world right now? No. How about you say he's the most informed player? Okay, Rashford's not the best in the world. I'm not having that. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even hating, because the form he's showing right now is crazy form. Scoring every game, basically. He's doing his job and he's playing really, really well. But all this talk about he's the best in the world, let's just stop that, please, because there's a difference between I'm seeing Mbappe come on and change games in Champions League, even though they still lost. Like, he's just Mbappe's still there. Osimhen is still there. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think we're just so quick to just be like, he's the best, and he's not the best. I know it might just sound like I'm hating. If I'm hating, let me know that I'm hating. But I genuinely don't believe that I am. Marcus Rashford is not the best player in the world. You can say he's the most in form, and I'm good with that. And I saw someone tweet about, give Rashford £350,000 a week, because obviously his contract finishes next season, at the end of next season. So people are like, give him 350, and I'm like, why? Like, why is it when a player has, and I tweeted about half a season, but it's not even been half a season. Let's just say 2 months, as it is, a player plays well for 2 months, and all of a sudden, they're, you want to give them £350,000 a week. It's mad. And I'm not saying, obviously, this is just what fans are saying, but Rashford shouldn't be getting, like, as Simon Jordan said, Marcus Rashford has stunk the place out for the last 18 months. And it's true. It's true. He's having a great 2 months before, he's had a great last 2 months, but let's just remember, do you know what I'm saying? At what point, I don't think this is it. I think that we can look at the form. This is his best scoring years ever. Cool, I get that. But we also need to just understand that good form is real. If he carries on this form to the end of the season and then into the new season, like that, over a prolonged period of time, then we can start having conversations about, is this modern form? I'm not going to have the conversation about best in the world, no. But we can at least have conversations about form. But please, let's just relax. Let's just relax with this Marcus Rashford is the best in the world talk, because he's not. He's not. He's in great form right now, and I'm here for it. But he's not the best in the world, because there's life outside of the Premier League, and people need to remember that. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's that. Weghorst. Okay, Weghorst. What I want to say about him, is that there's been a lot of talk about him, and I've seen a lot of fans get, annoyed. They're becoming more and more annoyed with him because he's not scoring. But I think we need to remember with Weghorst that Weghorst, I don't know. I think what we need to remember with him is that he's a stopgap. He's a loan signing who's just there to do a job that Ten Hag needs and wants him to do. I think if he scores a couple goals, it would ease things. I know strikers are there to score goals, but I genuinely don't think like he's been brought in for goal scoring purposes alone. I think what he does in regards to winning the ball back high and closing the opposition down and like the high overall pressure is what Ten Hag needs from him. And from when Rashford is scoring like he is scoring, he's having to play almost like a different role in the team. He's there for different reasons. I don't think Ten Hag ever thought he was going to get 10 to 15 goals from him between when they got him and the end of the season. I don't think that was ever a thing, but I think what he's doing and what he's bringing to the team overall, he's actually doing well for the team. I don't think he's doing badly at all, and I think a lot of people will point to the chances that he's missed, and he should be doing better. He should be doing better with those chances, but overall, I don't think Weghorst has been bad. I think he's vital to the way United play. I think the things that people are complaining that Ronaldo doesn't bring to the team, he brings to the team. So now that you've got that, and as well you have Rashford scoring as he's scoring, I think it's a good thing. I think the fact that he persists with him up front in striker position lets me know that he's happy with what he's seeing. So yeah, overall, I think Weghorst has done all right, man. So yeah, that's it from me, man. So this is just a quick one today. We're back again tomorrow. We're going to do another one for you tomorrow. I'm going to do as many as possible for you guys, man. So, but please comment. Comments, I know I'm not just doing this in vain, man. And let me know what your thoughts are on what I was saying. And let me know what you want me to talk about. And if you guys put stuff in the comments, I'll make these every day because I know I've actually got subjects as opposed to having to wait for football matches to happen. I just want to I actually want to record regular content every day for you guys and just talk about random things. So yeah, guys, let me know, man. But I think that's it from me. No, it's not. It's not. There is one thing I wanted to say, yeah. Shall I say it now? You know what it is? I've spoken about Van Dijk today. I've spoken about Rashford's form today. Um, I spoke about, and I speak about over the course of the years that I've been on this podcast. I think we need to just be easy and relax when it comes to comparing players who have played well over a short amount of time. Because, for example, I spoke about let me start. I spoke about Van Dijk today now, and I like Van Dijk, but I remember there was a time when Van Dijk was on form on the top of his game and people were comparing him to Rio. And this ain't a disrespect to Van Dijk because for me, Van Dijk is still the best defender in the league, for me. And what he's showing is just on form. But Rio and players of that ilk were doing it over years. I'm talking about over a decade. These players were playing at the top level and were doing it very, very high in an era against different level of strikers. Do you get what I'm saying? So all of this Van Dijk talk and he's better than Rio, can we just put that to bed now? Or at least let these players play for a few more years because Rio was different. And I'm using Rio because Rio's my favourite Premier League defender of all time, centre-back anyway. Like, it was a disrespect because you can't compare players who have done it for 2, 3, 4 years with players that have done it over a decade at a high level. Now that we're seeing Van Dijk drop off a bit, people are all of a sudden saying he's finished. Like, it looks like it was a joke comparing him to them, man. So yeah, let's just not do that. But then again, I'm an old head. I get that people watch football, in 2-3 month increments, 2-3 game increments at a time before making up their mind. So yeah, that's it from me. So guys, like, share, subscribe, all of that. Let me know what your thoughts are about this, and I'm out.